So 2.5, there's a couple of problems in Delta Math that will allow us to actually make your life a little bit easier that I found. So we've got a problem here that says the number of newly reported crime cases in the county of New York State is shown in the accompanying table, where X represents the number of years since 98 and Y represents the number of new cases. Write the linear regression equation that represents this set of data, rounding all coefficients to the nearest hundredth. Using this equation, estimate the calendar year in which the number of new cases would reach 1414. So I've got my X values here. I've got my Y values here. I showed you how to do that in Desmos. Now in Delta Math, it's actually simpler. All I need to do is hit copy values for calculator. So I click on this, it'll copy the values. Then you click open the statistics calculator. Okay. So when I open the statistic calculator, this will pop up and I literally hit paste values. So it gives me my X values in L1 and my Y values here in L2. And then I'm going to click on the top of this edit list, and it's going to type on click or calc menu. And in this sub menu, I'm just going to hit linear regression. Okay. The only difference here is see how it says AX plus B. Well, A is your slope and B is your y-intercept. So when you hit that, okay, and this diagnostic, you don't need that. You can just click calculate and it literally gives you the slope. So once it gives you this as the answer, you would now write your equation. So here's the linear regression model. Y equals 22.7x plus 1107.7. So this is what we would type into, going back up here into Delta Math, my answer. So I would type my answer, Y equals, okay, was it 22.7x plus 1107.7, I think is what it was. Okay. And again, you can go back and forth and just double check 1107, 22.7. That is correct. So now it's asking a question here. And this is what I wanted to make sure that I showed you. It says, we have this equation. It says, using this equation, estimate the calendar year. Calendar year is my X values. Okay. In which the number of cases would reach 1414. So they're giving me the Y value of 1414. So to solve this equation and get this answer that it's asking for right here, I need to plug in 1414 for my Y value. So I would have 1414 equals 22.7x. I'm trying to find the year plus 1107.7. So now all I'm trying to do is solve for X. And again, X is the year since 1998. So how would I solve this? I would subtract 1107.7. Okay, so I'd get the calculator out and I would type in 1414 minus 1107.7. And that gives me 306.3 is equal to 22.7x. And then now to solve for x, I would divide by 22.7, divide by 22.7, and I get divided by 22.7, and I get 13.49 equals x. And what does this stand for? That is 13 years after 1998, okay? And because it doesn't reach a full year, it's asking in what year. So all I would do is add 13 to 1998, okay? And that's going to give me the year 2011. So when I click in my final answer, 2011, okay, submit the answer, and it gives me the correct answer. So again, they gave me the Y value, so I was solving for the X value, okay, and then it'll go through and answer that. So I want to look at another problem, see if they give me the X value, and we solve for the Y value. So just like this, same exact type of problem, okay, they give me some different values. I think they're different, but I'm going to copy those values for the calculator. I'm going to open my stats calculator. I'm going to paste the values. I'm going to put in calc menu, and I'm going to find my linear regression. I'm going to calculate it. And for this one, okay, I've got a y-intercept of, okay, so let me get a new screen here. I've got an equation that looks like this. I'm going to go to a different color here. Okay, there we go. So I've got y equals, again, a is my slope, so negative 24.1x plus 1024.7. 24.9. So this is what I would type into my linear regression model here. And then it asks, find the projected number of new cases. So now I'm trying to find Y for the year 2006. So I have to ask myself, I'm not going to plug in 2006. How many years after 1998 is 2006? So 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. It's 8 years, okay? So it's 8 years after. So I have an X value of 8. So I'm going to go Y equals negative 24.1 times 8 plus 1,024.9. And I'm going to get 0.9. So you can see it now. Don't do that. Okay. 0.9. So now I have Y equals, and I just plug it into my calculator. Y equals negative 24.1 times 8. Okay, plus 1,024.9. And that gives me 832.1, which would just be 832 cases. So when I go back and plug this into my equation, okay, again, I had Y equals negative 24.1x, so Y equals negative 24.1x plus my y-intercept, which was, again, straight from the calculator, 1,024.9, 1,024.9. And when I plug that in for my final answer, I got, back here, when I plugged in 8, I got 832. So 832, and we submit this, and you can see it's correct. So I'm going to give you a couple problems like this. I want you to know how to use the problems in Delta Math. I think they're really good. I want you to be able to write the equation. And again, they use A instead of M, but it's the same exact equation.